Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Hardcore Minecraft. And we are picking up right where we left off. In the middle of a thunderstorm. Except that my sound is... Alright, everything is normal again. In the middle of a thunderstorm. But I think I'm just gonna lay down for it. Cause I don't care. I already have a skeleton horse. And what I really want lays in other regards. Now, first things first. I'm gonna pick up my bed and put it into my inventory. That might seem like a thing that I would have already done, but I mislaid it somewhere. I know not where. Maybe inside of some other bundle that I have placed somewhere. It's hard to say. But that's all that's really on the agenda. We'll do some inventory management sometimes. Eventually. But first, a bed. And if I don't have one in a box, then I'll just make another one. I know how. We'll go do that. But I need to go and bring some of my minecart related things. Hey, treasure bed. Hey, Renee. It is going just fine. I am excited for the stream. I think we'll get a lot done, or not. We might even find a trident, but I don't think they're real. I should have a bunch of rails somewhere. I should have a lot of things. But I don't know where I would have placed the rails. In the valuable things box? Did I just put them somewhere else? Are they still down there in the mine shaft inside of that box? I really don't know. Are they outside? In the boxes outside? We'll have to check the boxes outside. This is exactly why inventory management should be done, and not the way that I do it, but like in a different way, where it actually happens. But all of that can wait. Can't it? Yes. Because all we have to do is remain focused on the goal, which is to see where I put these railings, these train tracks, minecart tracks rather, not a train. They are qualitatively different. Although you could put a miniature train on them, and then it would be much more difficult to tell them apart. And of course the trope is following, because that's what's going on. So we're going to take this opportunity to, you know, just sell some things, because that's the exact same as doing what I said I was going to do. But that's the problem with my brain, is I'm unwilling to make it behave in a way other than it does. But eventually I won't have all of these feathers, and that's the exact same as managing an inventory, is getting things out of a managed box and turning them into a slightly less managed thing. Indistinguishable. Alright, I'm either gonna find them really soon, or... Alright, maybe I put them in the depths, maybe not. You can make something called a spectral arrow with that, that's cool, but we are going to go with track? No. What are they called? Rail? Yeah. So with gold or iron, Stone pressure plates, redstone torches. You can make activators, powered, and detector rails. All of which obviously would have purposes, so we're going to want to make some of all of them. So we're just going to need a bunch of iron and also gold. Fortunately, I have that in, you know, random places. We're going to be able to quickly get all of these things by, you know, traveling to a very small number of strategically located boxes. But, you know, this will give us an opportunity to manage the inventory slightly. Do I have sticks anywhere? Probably not. I'm always throwing them away, reasoning that I won't need them. Perhaps they are in here. No, they are not. Hi, Sid. I just don't remember what the actual physical tracks are called. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'll just go find more of them, right? No, I'll find where... Alright, so they'll be in here anyway, so we'll just look through here until I see something that looks like the train track. I don't remember what they're called. Alright, that's not gonna work. Well, it's fine. Maybe whenever we get some other ingredients, they'll just appear. Hey, Natasha. Yeah, but I'm just gonna run over here and harvest some wood. This is the last thing I actually need to do, because I know where the wood is. It's in the organized wood chest far away, and a trope is with me, which means actually we are gonna go back home. Once again, I've forgotten basic stuff like whether or not the pets are out. And the last thing I need today is any more pet-related anxiety. Not that my Minecraft pets have been misbehaving, far from it. Except for Tropa getting out, which is my fault. Where is she, by the way? Maybe if we run further, she will teleport to us again. Did she sit down somewhere? No, she's just chilling. Who's a good girl? But, moreover, who is a mischievous? Alright, that is terrible, but... I just wanted slightly more. And that gives you a ton whenever, like this, but it's actually sort of distracting, yeah. Trying to find something where I feel like my first-person view is not terribly restricted, but we'll have to run in here, make sure no one else is running outside. Besides the LAs who are not running outside, they're, you know, they're just doing their thing. If they want to leave, that's cool. We're pals. They don't want to leave. They're having a good time. Now, Tropa, on the other hand, is being ridiculous. Garuda, come on now. Alright, so, once again, we can enjoy hanging out with the pets. You know, to one degree or another. But if I run further, there we go. I knew she'd show up. After all, it's very cozy inside. And like all cats that walk out the front door know, it's not actually that nice anywhere else. But now that I'm at home, I'm gonna go ahead. Garuda, I implore you to return. It is not time to conquer the world. Alright, so once more. Good stuff. I actually figure why not go all the way down and check for the railings and stuff. But we'll get the supplies that we need, which are gold, iron, and the like. And then if we can't find the rails, which definitely I put in a chest somewhere, I wouldn't have just thrown them out, but unimportant. But even in the uncategorized chests, I can't find them. So we're going to try to go down into the mine and see if maybe they're there. I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Okay, I didn't make a tropa go up. Why am I the way I am? Once more, we're going to try this. Please sit down. Hey, Bear. We're going to try to figure out how minecarts and railings and rails and stuff work, maybe. But after all the effort I've went through to make sure that the cat stays inside the house, I might just go and get disappointed by tridents first, and then afterward do that. But right now, I'm trying to remember where I left my stuff, and well, my whole life is not as organized as my bookshelves. But you wouldn't have seen my lush cave. I built this. This was all stone and stuff before I came. There's still a lot of work to do, but some of the waterfalls were there before. Several more of them I put in, and yeah, I like this a lot. All the moss and stuff was me, but we'll go up a little higher and take a look at it. From up here. But this is actually one of my my like proud accomplishments. I really like my lush cave here. I think that the colors with the lava and stuff get offset really beautifully, and I think it's nice. And you know, it wasn't like this at all before I came along, and it's one of my little prides. One of the reasons why I'm so careful about dying. I don't want to lose all of my beautiful work. But we're not here to admire what I've done in the past. We're here to to admire my lack of inventory management and to see if I could make that clean. And so I only have like one chest here, but it's totally feasible that the mine stuff is here. It's not. I don't know where it is. It doesn't matter though. It could be anywhere. But and then we've got some pets down here also. There's a couple of dogs. This one comes here to hang out, witnessing the nature of the universe. We got our little axolotl moon spirits here. They just swim around. I need to name them after the moon spirits in Avatar. I just you know, I'll do that later on in the video. I've got name tags somewhere. You know, if I manage my inventory, I would be able to do that. But okay. Now it's telling me how to make a mace, which is interesting. Maybe that information was already there as soon as I got a breeze rod. I don't know what a heavy core is, though. I will look it up in a crafting table and see. Well, it doesn't show up yet, so maybe we can find another thing. But yes, brown dog. And then there's another brown dog around here somewhere doing his thing, yes. And then the cat, we don't have names for them, but they're just hanging out. I made this tree. You can make them from bone mealing the flowering azaleas, which is pretty fun. The axolotl are happy. No, you know, you're right. We could build a bigger area. Sid saying that the heavy core might be a thing from trial keys. All right. Yep. Well, I know how to get them now. And I don't think it's hard. Well, I say that. It's a little bit hard, you know. You got to be intentional about it, but Annabelle is a good name for a cat, but I don't want to shoot the idea down. But for me, Annabelle is sort of like intrinsically linked to the poem Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe, and I don't want to hang that on a cat. But I do recommend the poem. It's quite wonderful. But anyway, as I sit around looking in the inventory and thinking about what I've done, I realize what I'm supposed to do is figure out minecarts. But we're gonna do this out in the out on the surface. Yeah, we'll go out on the surface, but we'll take the alternate route out. We'll take the secret passage if I can find my way to it. I bet I can. Yeah, here we go. The secret passage. Like all things I do, it is super random. Oh no. Alright, so I didn't know it was going to take me there. I thought... Here? I think I don't actually understand where I'm at anymore. Was it here? This looks like I built it. Is this the old way in? No. Okay. This is apparently a way that I was trying to make out, and then I decided I didn't want to do it anymore. And I don't remember doing that, but I've been here a while. Good news. The secret way in is so secret that it is now impenetrable, even to the designer. I mean, I know there's like two other ways. Or rather, there's like a really clumsy old way that we're not going to take. And then there was like the relatively modern way that involves a secret entrance. But we're going to go this way. You know, that's why I built the staircase, isn't it? I built the staircase so that I wouldn't have to remember. But, you know, you're just going to have to take my word for it that there are secret entrances, believe me. With a ladder, can you make it? Alright, so I don't even know what the things are called. Activate a rail, we just need more sticks. Oh, 6 iron ingots. And here I am, having misplaced all of them. No, there'll be an animal parts chest, right? No, I used all of them for anvils? No, I put them here. You know, I knew I'd be able to narrow it down eventually. My useless mind. There we go. And some activator rails. But I'm no closer to remembering what actual rails are called. Stone pressure plate. Yeah, I don't know. Not only do I not know what they're called, but I don't see them anywhere. Perhaps I don't have what I need in order to even make them. Well, that's gonna really ruin the plan. It's gonna ruin the plan right away. Alright, so I can't figure out how the rails work. All I can make are the special ones. I could just string all the special ones together. I've got a mine shaft down here. I'll go pick some up. I guess I have to. I can't believe I can't figure out how to do it. The normal ones? Yeah, but why can't I find them anywhere? I'm just gonna, it doesn't matter why I can't find them. So, like, that, I just find it so frustrating to not be able to complete simple tasks. But, I apparently... I just don't know why I can't see it. There's only like 20 things on a page. I know what they should roughly look like. 6 ingots and 1 stick. And they're called rails. Okay, I guess it unlocked the thing, so even though I had all the stuff, it didn't want to tell me I had the recipe for it. Even though everything else that I've ever seen, it will give you that when you have the stuff. But anyway, it is not in the redstone section. It was here in the buckets and the apples section, and it wouldn't tell me how to do it. So, but that's all over now. Along with the buckets and the apples, we have figured out how to make rails. So let's make some of them, and just be happy that that's all sorted out now. Ridiculous. I had even tried to make a ladder. That's how far my mind was descending into madness. But we've got it all sorted out now. We've got powered rails and activator rails, and then there were one other kind of rail. The detector rail, and we need stone pressure plates, and I don't know how to do those, but... But why don't I hit a button that ruins it all? Alright, so 2 stone blocks. We should have proper stone somewhere, but I might have ruined it all already and sold it. We only need 2. So we'll just burn it up right now. We might as well cook the rest of it. And in the guise of managing inventory, we are, of course, just ruining this place and rendering it unfit for future occupation. Yeah, the recipe book normally is a very good guide. Even if you have one piece of a thing, it'll tell you, like, all the stuff you can make with it. But there, it did not want me to have the forbidden knowledge. The pressure plates I still have to make. Alright, now we have some of the various kinds of rails, and I have now used some of my previously inexhaustible supply of iron. No, it's not that much. It's certainly not that much. But now we're ready to go and see what I can do. I've got a minecart somewhere upstairs. I thought I did anyway. Oh, it's in my inventory. That's just as good as being upstairs. So I do not need, however, this redstone and glow dust, and we'll take this random food along with us. I have a potion of healing that will give me instant health, and that means I should carry this inside my inventory for all time and then forget to use it. Not like the Totem of Undying, which I can quickly get with the hotkey on my thumb with the amazing mouse. So, it's now time to go to the surface, feed Garuda his seed, say hello to everybody. Since so many people are here now, we can say hello to all the pets again. We got Tropa hanging out by the bed, and Bella, give her a pet. Not Tropa, no. She's already had enough pets and adventures for the day. Calcite warming himself by the fire, Luca waiting for a dance party, but that'll have to wait. So many allays, none of which have names. They are, after all, not my pets, merely my joyous guests. Baby Moosh, Mooshy Smalls. Oh, we love Mooshy. And then Doug. I bet Doug's got something for us. Speaking of, we've got like 4 more sniffer eggs, but that's not on the agenda. The experimentation is on the agenda, but we have to see if Doug's got anything for us. Doesn't look like he does. It's alright. Doug's value is not tied to the production of artifacts, but, you know, to the joy that he brings. I bear you ask if I have any plans to conquer the end. I don't even have any plans to conquer the Nether. No, I've never been to the end, actually. I have gone to the Nether as far as getting bored and annoyed. I've never died in the Nether in hardcore, but I've only gone like a couple of times ever. I very nearly died. I fell into a lake of fire. But, you know, worse things have happened. Alright, so we're level 30 now. You know what that means. It means it's time to see about trying to get looting on a sword real quick before we do anything else. Lapis is required. Lapis is here because some of this place is managed inventory anyway. Smite 4, garbage, so we're just going to put it on a book. We get Flame, which is an enchantment for bows, possibly for crossbows, I'm not sure, but we'll just hold on to that. I mean, you ask if I ever thought of using a mod like maybe shaders. Maybe. I just not on the list right now. There, you say the Nether fortresses and the new biomes in the Nether are so cool. Yeah, I went to a Nether fortress like back when I was playing on Bedrock, so like 4 months ago on Peaceful, and that was all right. Hey, Roxim, thanks for showing up. But yeah, the new biomes in the Nether, and some of them were cool. A lot of it was just really red, and I just sort of felt like, you know, it was really samey, and it made me feel tense without any of the payoff of like walking over and getting to see something. The biomes might be for a couple years ago. It's possible. I don't think Bear's played in a few years. I have only played in the recent 4 months, but here's what we've got. But it's time to see about a railway, and why not, you know, across the lands here. We can have it from the sand pillar, and no, the sand pillar is merely a marker. We will have it from the melon field cherry tree to the to this side. We'll see how it all works. So we just lay it down. Are they directional? They curve. Can they curve like so? They do not. So only 90-degree changes. They cannot go over flowers, very sad. Can they go down inclines? Yes. Can they go down inclines of 2? Nope. But they can go like so without any other interruptions. So, very exciting. It's all coming together. Wait, no. Cherry blossoms. Into my inventory. And then we'll have to slope this a little bit. Now, of course, if you need to do a little bit of a slope on something, what you need is dirt. And everybody knows if you need dirt, there's only one place to go to it if you're properly organized, and that's your secret dirt chest. So if you're not authorized to know the location of the secret dirt chest, just please close your eyes. We're relying on the honor system here. And I'm just going to get a little bit of dirt. We shouldn't need more than one stack of it. All right, we're out of the secret dirt chest area now. So if you weren't authorized, thank you for your honorable nature, and you are now permitted to view the video again. But we're just, now with our fresh dirt in tow, we're going to be able to continue on. But actually, as night falls, we are going to just sleep through it, I think. And that'll be a nice way to continue on, you know, working all day and all night. It makes very, very difficult problems for the future. So we're going to toss Garuda's seed, let Tropa lay down on our chest for the night, and make sure to sit her down in the morning. Item plops. What plopped? A rabbit's foot. Aw, Tropa, you shouldn't have. I mean, you should have. Continue bringing me your gifts. Natasha, you're saying it's more dirt than the last time you saw. Yes, you know, there's been much dirt acquisition, but the important thing is that it's all organized, or mostly organized, into a very, very respectable location. Alright, so I think we're going to want to start the slope up here. We'll just crack some of these. They break very quickly, like instantly, yeah, with a pickaxe, so maybe with any pickaxe. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, you just have to have the appropriate tool for, but we're just going to make a little buffer area there. And this will allow us to test a couple of things at once, right? We'll have a bend up at the top, so we'll be able to see, like, when we start it, if it's going to lose speed or careen off of the edges or anything like that, like in Roller Coaster Tycoon. We'll have it going down, so we'll be able to see, like, if gravity's going to make it accelerate or if it's going to lose any speed like that. And there's going to be a couple of gradations to see if it loses any whenever it goes to a flat slope. Then we're going to have a little bit of a straightaway, and then another large boost here. We might do a couple of small boosts a little later on, and that's just going to let us see, you know, if we're going to be able to maintain velocity. And just like how gravity is going to work on it, because gravity in Minecraft sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't, right? How useful, how non-reductive. But we're just going to end it here. And in the event that we want to have this, eventually we'll have like a raised system, so, you know, like an overpass, so that we don't interrupt the path. But all right, minecart with chest. Now, all right, so you can just physically push it, and it definitely holds some velocity. All right, so it will also go backwards and accelerate a good amount. We've got sort of like a Newton's cradle situation going on. So, in conclusion, friction definitely exists. That's important, you know, because you want to be able to figure out in universe if you're going to have like a preservation of momentum or not. And so we get some. Can you strike it? No, you can't. You can't motivate it to move faster with your fists, which is very sad. But you can, like, physically push it. It's just clumsy on the slopes. But in the event that, you know, you were almost there or something with it, you could do it like so. All right, so if we charge behind it, will that help at all? Will it careen off the end? It will just go to the end and not careen off the end. Alright, so, good stuff. A lot of important stuff. Oh, Bear, I authorize you, Bear, to view the secret dirt chest. You know, we're pals. Oh, I looked for you to give you a cookie earlier. I'm sorry I didn't find you. But if you're there tomorrow, I will have cookies again. We're going to vigorously punch the minecart. Alright, so. Now, we're going to try to see if we can activate these other things in here. Alright, so if we just put like a powered rail right here in the middle, will that like act as an accelerant? It's probably not the right word. Accelerator. Accelerant is like a fire word. I don't know if we use that for everything. But we're going to chomp on some nice cooked chicken and now push it down. Alright, so in conclusion, far from going, the powered rail makes it stop. Powered by a redstone torch? Yes, powered by a redstone torch. Alright, so it's a break unless it's powered. And it accelerates things, I think. Yes? Yes, certainly. Alright, so not enough to get it all the way up there, right? So we're just going to pop this right here real quick. Try to get a point of view on how it would go. And so if we like, if we want to create a loop for whatever reason, we would just go like so. No, we would... But how to make it go back together? I don't know how we would get a loop, and then, you know, we would have to, like, do some sort of, I don't know. We'll work on that. I don't know about adding a loop in at the end. It doesn't look like it wants to do that, which makes sense, because you couldn't do, like, a, never mind, you totally could. And then, but what you couldn't do is link anything to it. But you could, like, make it go really fast. Could you do it with 4 powered ones and then do... No, it won't let you do that. Well, you know, worth a shot. So, in conclusion... this isn't... We're not anywhere close to a conclusion. The only conclusion that we have, really, is that we know that the powered rails will power it enough to go up a slope-ish, but it's not like super powered. It just depends on how much of the slope you're working with, which makes sense, you know. It would only give it so much push. But this one, right after that one, does give it enough zing to go up, you know, like 6 vertical. Not very far away from the activator on it, or rather the power, so... So I'm thinking, you know, what you do is you just, you know, you build these as you're mining, and then every few blocks, there we go, that was enough. And then when you fill up, you know, you just throw all the stuff from your inventory management. And, you guys say you feel like we're in science class? Yeah. But, yeah, so there you go. I should start doing this. It's so much iron, though. I mean, 6 for 16 things, but yeah. So this would be, like, the point of building a mine, is you made these, and then you would, like, have powered rails going out, so you could just spend, like, you know, 10 hours doing the Snow White song, and then eventually walk out and have all of your diamonds up at the top, because you would trust your minecart system to bring it to the top. Alright, well, While this is very good, how am I ever going to build a roller coaster out of it? I mean, I guess just like this. That seems like it could be a good place for it. But if I remove what is supporting the railway, will it hang in the sky? No, it will not. And it will break the ones that it's attached to, which makes sense. Because if I put the dirt here now, and then try to put another rail, will it connect? Yeah, it'll connect the whole way. It just, it won't lay down if something in the middle gets broken. But alright. We've now figured out the basics of minecart physics. And you know what that means. It's time to make a chest. Actually, we'll put all the minecart stuff in the minecart chest. That'll be, like, very effective. And then I probably won't forget that I did that. And then we can come back at some later time. But first, we're going to put some more flowers down on the ground. And then, you know what time it is. It's back to the trident grind. But we're going to have so much other stuff to do, in addition to grinding for tridents. Like, you know, going to Everest and creating snow. Maybe we'll fish a little bit. You know, it's hard to say. And then probably after a little bit of that, we'll come back and work on a little bit more minecart stuff. But I bet there's absolutely ridiculous stuff that people do with these. I'm sure there are. You guys just casually mentioned a roller coaster, so that's probably like the first thing I'm supposed to think of. Which, I mean, it would have been high on my list. I'm not like super into roller coasters. I wish I was, but I just never got occasion to ride that many. Anytime I got the chance, I went to one, but I grew up in Arkansas. There's not that many around. I gotta go into the cart? Oh. Well, I can't. Oh, I need to build a cart because that one's got a chest in it. Right. It's like it's a roller coaster. Yeah, you put stuff in a chest and you send it on the roller coaster. Yeah, of course, you could physically go on it. Alright, how does one make a minecart? Probably requires iron. I probably have some around here somewhere. It's hard to say. Actually, I probably don't have iron out here anymore. I've probably reached the point where we've used all of our outside iron stash. Very sad. Alright, we're gonna have to go and get it, unless it's in here or here. No, it's in neither of those places. Pulling out 11 charcoal gave me all that experience? Was the experience saved from all the junk in the hopper? I don't know. I do know that I don't have any iron, so we're gonna have to go get it from the vault because I have just enough organization to make it inconvenient for myself and not enough organization to ever know where anything is. 4 iron might make a minecart. It will give me enough to see if I can make a minecart. I need one more to make a minecart. Naturally. Because after all, what is a minecart but a boat? A boat of the rails. Hey, here's a whole bunch of iron inexplicably kept in a chest. That's good. That's the same as being somewhere that it would logically be. After all, that chest is a logical place for iron. It's no wonder that I chose to put it there and forget about it in the past. Alright, so. The minecart. And now I can put a bunch of stuff into minecarts. What were all of those things? Minecart with TNT. That's hysterical. Very, very fun. Minecart with a furnace in it, and a minecart with a hopper, so you could make like a train of minecarts. Could you get a minecart and attach a lead to it, and attach another minecart, and you would have like your mobile furnace, and like, why would those need to be inside of it? It doesn't matter. I'm sure there are very good reasons for it. All right, so, and I can get in, and then just like gradually hold forward, and then zoom. Oh, and it lets me turn around 360 degrees. That's fun. Look, guys, we're really doing it. This is sort of like a roller coaster. This is like a proto roller coaster. All right. Can I make it turn around right here? Well, you know, we'll never be able to know because I put all of the minecart stuff in the other thing. So we'll just jump down again very slowly. So if you hold forward, you can get a little bit of momentum on a flat surface at the start, and then zoom around, keeping your arms and legs firmly outside of the vehicle, which is what a person that cared a lot would do. These zombies are a clear and present danger to the peaceful nature of the village and the execution of the local laws. So we're going to dispatch them, but then we're going to head out to Everest. I am glad that we took the little minecart journey for the roller coaster. It occurred to me that, yeah, that's what you meant. The roller coaster was already built. The real roller coaster was here all along. That is a witch. Abhor the witch. Destroy the heretic. Burn them. Want some? And now he's toast. We're going to shoot this creeper in the head and run away so he can't blow up. And we're going to miss this creeper 2 times. Very important to say that in the royal we, as if anyone else is responsible for me missing that shot. And I just want once more to reiterate that I do not speak that way in the real world. It's an affectation for the internet that I, for some reason, decided upon some time ago when narrating the common experience. Thank you for your wishes for the Trident, Bear. Kylo, you ask, how do I grow my mustache like this? Well, dedication. Like, I would say the only way to grow a mustache like this is similar to the only way to get a Trident. You just have to believe in yourself. And after a period of statistical time, measured today in 326th round, you may have a mustache like this. That's not true. I've actually been growing this mustache much longer than I've been looking for a Trident. But yeah, you know, I just grow it. I have a pretty full beard too sometimes, but I think the mustache looks funny. I also think it looks awesome, like, not to get all vain about it. Like, it cracks me up, though. Like, I got it initially because I thought it looked silly, and I still very much think it looks silly. But yeah, I just grow it, and I shave around it whenever I go to shave. I hold it up with my fingers, like so, and then I use my clippers underneath it. And I make all sorts of faces because I'm very afraid that my hand will slip and then I'll just have to get rid of the whole thing. But as you might imagine from my appearance, I can and do cut my own hair. So it's just important to never cut the mustache, and then eventually it gets longer and longer. Sometimes it, like, reaches down and touches me upon the chin, which I find distracting. But hello, Zero Spectre. Cooked chicken is, like, terrible food. Not in real life. Cooked chicken is fine. Well, welcome. Take a look around. We've already done a little bit of the minecart theory, and I've learned several things. But right now we're here hunting for tridents, and to look at the splendor of the Great Mount of Everest. And to give this dog over here a bone. He looks like he wants some bones. Hello, good dog. First, this creeper. I want to not shoot the creeper next to the dog for reasons I hope are very, very obvious. Alright, there we go. Who's a good brown dog? There we go. And now I think I just am going to... Alright, please eat this cooked chicken. Alright, there you go. And we're going to sit him down here on the beach for a little while, and he can guard the beach and hopefully stay out of trouble. No, sit down. Yeah, there you go. Just bully some skeletons. No, come back. Alright, you sit there. Everything will be fine. We're going to go fight zombies in the water. Except the night's almost over. But they should have had the ones that spawned. But yes, Zero Spectre, the stash. I don't normally just talk about it. Somebody brought it up. People often do. That is fast zombie mode engaged. The dolphin loves to see the interaction of speed happen. So we are just going to look around for some drowned. Look up at our mountain. Clouds move pretty slow in Minecraft. I don't think I ever really noticed that before. But that is that's the exact same cloud as was there yesterday, so it's been a couple of in-game days, so it just... Or maybe 1.5. Anyway, they go pretty slow. Because when I was putting the snow on there, I kept confusing the clouds for snow. I don't know if we're gonna find any drowned today. Things aren't looking so good for that. We're just going to leave that hanging there because that's who I am as a person. And we're going to leave a rogue crafting table over here, even though there's definitely one in a respectable distance away. It's not going to be the thing that I think of as relevant today. And let's just get a brace of these. And as I look up at Everest, I realize there's really only one thing to do with my time today. And that is make a better way to get to the top than what I have already. I know you're saying there's definitely more than that you could have done with your day, but is there? Once I discovered the principle of momentum and how to accelerate it, is there really a different thing to do? Do I have enough dirt? I have 54 dirt. We shouldn't need more than 54 variations in slope even to go from here to the roof of the world. Where do we begin? Here at the water. The longer that the ride is, the more beautiful. But the steeper the slope, the more interesting. We can always do it. There can always be multiple pathings. But we'll have this one terminate here at the water's edge, or try to. And I don't think this is going to be enough rails, but it'll be enough for a bit. So rails do have the ability to just go through grass. Maybe they don't have flowers, but they have the ability to go through grass, so that's good. And we'll just do a little slope correction real quick. Alright, what to do here? We could turn to the left or to the right. No, we'll just start increasing the slope. And that'll be all we need to do. I don't think it'll just kick me off of the mountain, so we're going to take a turn right here. Alright, I don't have a shovel. I need to build a shovel again. My shovel got cracked. No, we can just keep it going. No, going left here for just a bit is better. Alright, first things last. I can just build an iron shovel and that'll be better than no shovel at all. But I cannot do it without a crafting table. So I'll build another one up here because there's absolutely no reason in the world not to, and I won't stand for any suggestion that there is. There is a reason not to be building this on dirt, like creepers exist. But hey, why not just do it on creepers anyway, so that I can flip out whenever somebody messes with my stuff in a video game. You know, that'll be good. I'll make another crafting table too, because I didn't put this one down, and that meant I forgot I did it. Ridiculous. Yep, and then we'll be able to go straight here for a bit. Ah! And then do another turn, which will be like pretty sick, as nobody says anymore. The snowboarding video games that I played as a child led me to believe that that would be the way that everybody spoke. But as with many things in media, I was deceived. You know, guys, it feels like just yesterday, or maybe the day before, when I said, what will I even need iron for? Unironically. I feel like I have as much iron as I would ever need. I'm just going to leave all that iron there. This is before I appreciated I would need, you know, rather a lot of it. I don't even have enough for a minecart to ride down because I went down to 4 iron. I'll have to build a furnace up here at the top. Or rather, not the top, because I'm not going to get to the top. But this music wants me to be triumphant. All right, do we turn again in the direction of the right so we can go up towards the face? Yeah, I think we do. But it looks broken like so. So yeah, all right. You can't do the turn on the slope, which means we probably made a mistake down here too. One turn and then slope it up. Yep, that's exactly what we did. But we're just going to need to, yep, just go all the way back here. Alright, this is a huge blunder. No, we'll just do it. We'll do it vastly different because that's a big line there. So we messed up pretty big. So accordingly, we're gonna need to do a little turn here. Oh man, what a boneheaded move. We're just gonna go back all the way to here and go one out. Man. Well, you know, at least I noticed it right now. It would have been significantly more annoying if I hadn't noticed. And I was trying to do my triumphant move, and then I realized. Now I'm doing this just because I needed to get one further out, and I didn't think going inside was the solution when the whole point is to make it pretty. Alright. And here, a turn there, and then we can go vertical. And I'm pretty sure I went out far enough, but if I didn't, then I'm gonna have to go out further again. Man, why am I the way I am? Okay. You know, the important thing is that I identified that this is the problem. And not that I now can't make them connect. Alright, what's simpler? Figuring out an engineering solution to this problem, or cracking everything above here and putting it back together? How much is there? It's not that much, and it requires almost no effort to put it down. But if I just make the span out there, yeah. Alright, so solution is we can make this turn anywhere because it's not very long, and the one up there is longer. We've already got the slope corrected. So we're going to build down from above and then build this connecting spar to it, and that'll let us not waste any of the area by doing that thing that I've just done. Alright, so nope, and that ruins it, so it's got to be one further than that. Why won't I learn? Yeah, and then now we can turn engineering principles. I don't have any engineering principles. I'm not an engineer of any sort, and never had any ambitions to be. Although I don't feel like I really need to explain that to you if you've watched me play this game. Because what I'm doing now is just a terrible, terrible way of trying to conserve a plan. Because what do I do, right? Like an entire slope down, probably. Anyway. This is, I'm not mad. I'm not. We're gonna go do some tridents real quick. It's funny, though, because what I do know about engineering from having friends that are engineers of various kinds, rockets, computers, whatever, chemicals, is that often one tiny little mistake, you know, it tacks on. If you find it in the first 2 minutes of making the thing, then you're fine. But if you create a lot of dependencies on the mistake, then you can find yourself really having to undo a lot. Now, it's probably not that hard to deal with a little snag like that. I should have just built a platform out and done a wide loop rather than trying to change the whole thing and like get a curve in, because that would have been a more elegant solution to it, although it may not have, you know, preserved the flow of the thing. And I think there are no more drowned in this part of the ocean. I think I have intimidated all of them into silence. Never mind. As I say that, look, guys, I found them. Now, do they have tridents? No. But that's an important part of statistics, right? This is the only way we're going to know how many drowned you can kill before you get a trident, if tridents are real. Because I want to be clear that it's not established as a fact to my satisfaction that they exist. But I'm willing to entertain a little bit more of it. I'm actually... Yeah, I said earlier I wasn't mad about the snag. I'm not, and I'm actually like as pumped for this Everest roller coaster sort of train track as anything else. Because every time that I take a trip in the game that's like long, I'm like, man, what if I could make this faster? And that could be pretty cool. You know, you get to the bottom of Everest, you jump on a minecart, you jump on your rails, and then before you know it, you're up at the very top at the World Heritage National Site. And, you know, as always, I found a thing that was pretty, put cherry trees on it, and then hacked away at it until it was a husk of its former self. And this is why I should not be trusted as an actual park ranger. But then again, I would be nicer to an actual park. This zombie was really trying his best. Hits me like 9 times, does no damage. But that is max armor and prot 16 for you. Even on hard, there's a limited number of enemies that represent like, or hardcore, but hardcore is just hard, but with, you know, death. But there's such a limited number of enemies that represent a genuine danger to you, at least that I've encountered. Even in Enderman, like, you could have, like, a really careless fight with and come away clean. They would still be able to pop you. They can do, like, a couple hits in a short amount of time, but you would be able to, like, not even worry about blocking and not have any worries that in a fair fight you would lose to one. You could probably kill 2 carelessly before you would have to really worry. Yeah, see, the minecart seems like really cool, like it's a horse that you don't have to direct around, you know? And also, like, for all sorts of reasons, because y'all know that I like to read poems and stuff sometimes, but it would be cool because I could, like, build little, like, places for times in the poem and, like, hit the minecart forward, you know, and get to the activator rail, put the torch down whenever I got to, you know, stanza 3, and then we could go through, you know, like, the next section or whatever, and I think that could be, like, really awesome as a way to, like, use timing for my desire to make people on the internet listen to me read poetry. Yeah, let's talk about music with note blocks. Yeah, somebody talked about that the other day, and I was like, that does look like it's interesting, but, you know, I'm not a composer, so I thought it would definitely be, like, cool to mess around with a little bit. I would certainly not be wanting to write a whole song. It would be enough for me to be able to do, like, a cool tritone. You know, like, make a sound that's not legally, you know, gonna get me into trouble, but that is still fun, you know, something from Bach. You know, Beret, the famous one, or like Lute Suite in E minor. Inventory's full. That's not great. We'll just throw some of it out, because we want to be able to make sure, well, not the copper, we'll have to pick that up again. We want to be able to pick up a trident if one happens, right? Wouldn't it be terribly embarrassing to not notice? No, I would always notice. I would be looking around. I always look around even with inventory space. I'm like, is it in the inventory? Is it somehow in the water? Not that we've seen a drowned with a trident yet today, but they could occur. Because if I can just figure out how to make like 4 notes, then I can do a couple of cool little songs. Alright, so this is an excellent source of drown for the moment, so we're just going to stay here until it stops being true. But I wonder what to do after I find the trident, if it's real. Because it'll be like, you know, you don't want to actually get Moby Dick, like, because the white whale, that's what motivates you. The madness of desire of the trident is the only thing that keeps me going, maybe. Like, if I ever get a trident, will I just wake up and sit in my bed and think, like Alexander, there are no more worlds to conquer? You know, I hope I have the luxury of that one day. I hope that after I get my first trident, I get a second one, like, immediately, as if to say, this is where it's at. Can't believe you didn't know tridents were real. Here's another one. But for all of my hopefulness, the water bobs with copper and rotten flesh. Not a really wonderful thing to see in the morning. But we've got a couple more villainous enemies here, so... Alright. What to do, what to do. Well, the drowned are still spawning, so... Player drowning. You know, I love the subtitles. They're very important to me. They, as much as anything else, I know I've said this before, but I really think they're responsible for me still being alive. Because when you can definitively pin down what the sounds are and what enemies are around, sometimes there'll be like 3 or 4 enemies behind a wall and you won't know it. But if you hear zombie, skeleton, creeper, spider, witch, then you're like, okay, maybe I need to get my act together. Especially if, you know, you're listening to outside music and talking to yourself, as I often am. But the sun rises, and no trident is here. But I saw some zombies on the bottom. Yeah, 2 of them in the deep here, so we're going to take care of them. How to know if I'm drowning without it? It would take a little bit. The ticking of the health damage, I'd be like, wait, is that the song? I don't like that wood block percussion. And then I'd say, no! In a tale I'm sure I've related before, but I'll relate again. Like, I was coming back from the Nether back in the Bedrock days, way back in the day, and I saw an underwater monument. I was on Peaceful, and I'd never seen one before. I was like, I'm gonna go in and see what's up. And then I got lost and I drowned. I didn't know how door technology worked or anything. This was like back in the day. And I lost like all the stuff that I had gotten from like a 2.5 hour excursion in the Nether. And it just was all there on the bottom of the sea. And then I never got back to it. It was thousands of blocks out. You know, I didn't have the F3 screen because I was playing on Bedrock. It was a sad time. So we're going to go back up and deal with the slope problem real quick, if we can. Keeping an eye out for any extra iron, although since this is Everest, it's been largely shuffled off of any of its iron. could also try to find another mine shaft, but I have no idea how to go about that. But might just have to go on a quest for iron. Okay. I am good at finding iron. Not the best, but there's plenty up here on Everest still, I think, so we can, you know, before we... Like, no, that doesn't work. Why am I forgetting the whole reason we're here in the first place, right? And then we'll just go up higher and then move to the side here when we get there in slope, which should happen, probably. So we'll go like straight up here. And then we'll figure it out. I probably just created the exact same problem that I had lower on right here. But we won't be able to figure that out yet, because I don't have enough iron. And this will be, yeah, we'll have a nice big railway. We'll always be able to take the railway down, but we'll have to come back and put speed enhancers along the way to be able to get back up. Which we should have all the ingredients for. Some iron, magnificent. I knew I didn't get all the iron off of this mountain, even though this is the source of my initial iron in this world, or my big source of it rather. Got many different kinds of iron sources here. And we'll just get some more iron cooking while we look for more iron. Although it should mainly be stripped bare on the visible parts here, because I wouldn't have left tons of it in the past. Might have to go over to that side, which we'll do, because I don't think we went anywhere over here for iron. So we'll just go to this one. I saw some outstretched, so that'll give us at least a couple dozen more railings, and then that'll be... Yeah, whatever you missed, it was definitely not a trident. They might be real, but it's hard to say. Does fortune work with iron? Let's see. Well, we got 3 from that, and 2 from that. So fortune definitely works with iron, which is nice. That's going to accelerate this nicely. We've got more here. Nice big iron vein. Oh yeah, this is going to be all the iron we need, probably for a minecart, and all the rails to the top, I would say. Yeah, 54, yes, I should say so. Do I have enough sticks? 24 sticks. Yeah, it's only 1 stick per 6 iron, so easy peasy. do need some more coal real quick. No real inclination towards finding charcoal, so I'm just going to climb really clumsily around the side of the mountain. What's the worst that could happen, right? And get some exposed coal. Run it home to the furnace. All that needs to happen. We should get tons, like, with fortune. And then coal veins tend to have, like, a decent amount anyway. We're probably gonna, oh yeah, we get like 30 coal out of that, so plenty for all of our iron-related needs, plus some. Yep, alright, so same problem, right? Except we don't have to have it. We could fix it right here. So all we need to do is loop it out further. Anytime there's a slope problem, skeleton rattles will stop that, man. Probably get that checked out. This will also be, you know, nice and pretty. Alright, bam. Take that to the bank. It's all connected, it all works. Magnificent. And by that I mean, it looks like it's all connected and it all works, and I haven't proven that at all to my or anyone else's satisfaction. But I think I slope corrected this whole way, so we're just going to take it up a little bit till we run out of rails. And then, you know, do the totally focused thing, yeah. And then here on this side, yeah, we'll take a loop here and then go up next to the waterfall. That'll be striking and beautiful, and then we'll be able to... There, I'll gesture broadly in the air to go where we... Yeah, you know, I like to learn at my own pace. Like many people, I feel that I do better if I figure it out on my own rather than being told. But sometimes my first solution is sort of cartoonishly inefficient, as you have witnessed. We'll work on that. We will get the creeper far away from this. Fighting creepers next to my work is truly the worst of all experiences. Don't do it. Don't you dare. I'm going to third-person shoot him to show how serious I am about this. First once and then twice. You know, the third-person arrow shooting is a very important part of Minecraft. Yep. Messing around, you know, it gets the brainstorming, you know, it's an important part of thinking. Sometimes the first step to doing something kind of good is being kind of bad at it and being willing to, you know, to see it through. But let's take a nice little nighttime roller coaster here. And that's the exact same thing as accidentally putting down a block. Alright, let's see if it works, guys. Without any activators. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's pretty quick. Oh, nice little spin there. Still going, still going. We got a turn, a little hairpin. Oh, then on the side of the mountain, pretty good. Here, will we have enough momentum to preserve? Over the top. Oh, yeah. And then, boom, it knocks me out into the water. Where are the safety precautions? What madmen produced this thing? You know, that's actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was cool. It's not quite to the top, but that's okay. I think the furnace is still furnacing. But we need to get distracted by the tridents real quick, and then we can worry about making the roller coaster rollery. And we know that we'll need to change up basically every little bit of it. We'll need the activator, or rather the power rails, to make it go quicker. But we can put all of that down later. I mean, there is so much to do. We're gonna have to get light everywhere. We're gonna have to, you know, get like a sign that tells you how tall you have to be. It won't be too restrictive, but we don't want to like walk up and find any like miniature zombies hanging out on the roller coaster, because I don't think it's really made for any zombies their size. You know, there are a ton of drowned here, and that is great. And not a single one of them has had a trident, which doesn't actually prove anything about tridents, right? I would like to now compare tridents to aliens. Now, did a trident build the pyramids? Probably not. Probably a trident wasn't involved. But somewhere, there probably is a trident. Will I ever meet a trident? Will a trident ever come to my house? Will a film ever be made about my friendship with the trident? It's unlikely, but it's not impossible, right? These are the sorts of things that you just can't rule out, because the universe is vast, and there's a lot of possibilities for tridents or trident-adjacent materials to emerge. Maybe through intentionality, and maybe, you know, through randomness. But regardless, you can't be sure without going everywhere in the world if a trident is real. Speaking of tridents, a trident. But will he drop it? These are questions that can only be established. Now, he's thrown a few, and now gonna say no trident, but that's okay, because the point is that we are one step closer to figuring out if tridents are real. even if they may never make a documentary about my friendship with a trident. And it's seeming more and more as if they may not. It's currently unclear. More research will have to be conducted. You know, Sid, maybe it is my fault. Maybe my sword's not good enough. Do I just go home and farm experience forever? Kill 3,000 more cow? After all, we have already killed 1,407 cow. And 3,533 chicken. And 394 drowned. But I've never been killed by drowned. I've killed more evokers than Endermen. That's actually pretty humorous. It just shows how much I avoid them. Even though now that I know they drop teleport juice, you know, like, probably should go ahead and get those. But let's go home real quick and get our powered rails and some redstone torches, and then we'll come back and we'll try for looting a couple of times. You know, a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll get right back to it. We've still got a little bit of time. Or actually, we'll kill these drown too, because this will be important statistical data for the existence of tridents, or not, as the case may be, or not. But this is not making me go crazy and is not capable of doing so. I am made of sterner stuff than to be put off by low drop rates. And the gaming world is full of my friends who can attest to that. There's a lot of stuff that can discourage me, like spilling water onto a countertop that's very easy to clear, or like accidentally dropping a piece of bread when I have 10 more pieces of bread. Those are very difficult for me to get over. Those can mess up like a whole week. But an item not dropping in a video game, I could power them with levers too, just to be cheaper. The power rails. Oh, okay. Oh, so you could just like flick them on and leave them on, probably. That makes sense. And then you would turn them off to serve as a break. Yeah. You know, like a logical thing. But, you know, it's all fine. Honestly, I do think it is funny. And I'm incapable of being cheerful about things that I don't feel cheerful about for very long. So you can tell that I am like dispassionately amused. You know, like I'm not using it to try to overcome the anger I feel at the Trident. I actually think it's kind of comforting. You know, in a world where people will want me to be interesting, I'm just trying to get a Trident over and over and over again forever. So, like, someone could be like, oh man, I missed the last stream, I wonder, did anything happen? No, nothing ever happens, I still don't have a Trident, but that's fine. It's okay. I'm saying out loud that I feel fine, because that's important to always say that you're okay, so people will know you're okay. You often see this in sports games when someone appears to not be okay, but I'm gonna do it now about the Trident. Justine, you wonder if I have Twitter, I'm not going to use the other name for it. I understand why people do, because it's the legal name. I just think it's stupid, and I'm not going to do it. This isn't your fault. This is the guy who bought it fault. I used to have an account on there. I do not use it anymore. For that guy, I'm going to overcome my normal I don't say rude things about people and say that that guy sucks, and changing the name of a famous website was very stupid. But it doesn't matter. What matters is we've got our powered rails. Like Google is actually called Alphabet, right? And Facebook's actually called Meta, but I'm not going to do that. You don't get to just reincorporate and change the way that I talk about stuff. Yeah, you know, tweet. It's a automatopoeic. It was really brilliant. It was a word in the dictionary. It did not sound like a website that you ought not go to in public. You know, there were a number of really solid reasons why the old name was good. But let's see, we needed to know how to make the powered rails, which I did know, but I forgot. It's gold. It's gold! And a little bit of redstone. We will just go and buy some redstone from the redstone salesman, who does exist somewhere. And we will need to find out where. If he's at work, he'll be inside here in the old library that got abandoned after the rise of Bald Rapunzel. Hello! The old cleric died. This is the new cleric. He's not the same as the old one. He's totally different in a way you can tell by looking at him. But we've got our redstone, and that's what we need. Going on a Halloween run, is that like when you wear a nose with a big fake mustache and then you go jogging? Here, I'll move my hands up and down in the air as if I am running. That's not how I run. I'm more of a, lean forward guy. No, not really. Arms at the sides. Very rigid. Running down the street. You can choose which of those is accurate or none. You know, like many old people, I don't find occasion to run much anymore. And I was never super fast or anything, but I did run a lot as a younger man. Whenever I was like in high school and such. Before it became obvious I was unsuitable, I had thought of joining the military. So I, ran lots and did all these push-ups. I would watch Braveheart every day and do lots of push-ups and think about, what the future would be like. I imagined it as doing a lot of running with a backpack on, but that was not to be. All to the better. My life as it is now doesn't particularly suit me, but I can imagine many alternate lives that would be even less suitable for my personality. And I feel like I don't say it or think it enough, but I am pleased with how things have turned out for me. It wasn't clear that it was always going to be as good as it is now. Not that it's all sunshine and roses. Some of the time I don't even find a trident, no matter how I look. But I find that I have a lot to be grateful for. Last year for Halloween, you got a king-size bar. I'm just gonna make myself stuff again and try to remember not to turn the light on. Nothing fills me with trepidation and dread more than starting a sentence that way, knowing that how I'm going to end it is not accurate. But the third thing that fills me with anger and trepidation and dread is somebody showing up at my doorstep that I don't know whenever I don't know they're gonna be there, and then I'm gonna have to, like, engage the subroutine where I'm polite to strangers even though I am bitterly, bitterly annoyed that they have gotten me out of my chair. Of course, on Halloween, there's a symbolic interaction between the light and the people, so they aren't actually uninvited strangers if I happen to have the light on. But in general, the idea of strangers showing up to my door is not a pleasant thing for me. Sometimes I'll be sitting on my porch in the morning having, like, coffee, and a random, like, salesman or something will be walking around with a clipboard, and I will just, like, have to politely yet firmly tell them to leave me alone. You question why Halloween is a holiday? Historical reasons. You have All Saints Day, which happens on November 1st. And so hallow is like holy, like to make hallowed. That's what the word means. And so it was like the All Hallows Eve. So it was like the eve of All Saints Day, and it was just a celebration there. So you get some of like the thin veil things there. But even before that, you have like pagan stuff. I think it's pronounced Samhain. It's spelled Samhain. I don't know how to say a lot of stuff. I just learned it from books. But that's like I want to say like a Celtic thing that would have been there. So you get a lot of like it's like a pre-harvest festival, right? Because you have like Thanksgiving time, which serves as like a harvest festival. But then you have, you know, the sort of punctuation marks in there, and yeah. I'm not saying that it is not also called the Day of the Dead, but I think you'll find that it is called All Saints Day also. I might be wrong, but I think that what we would call as the Mexican Day of the Dead is a specific regional interpretation of the Catholic holiday of All Saints Day, which is a time where Catholics would venerate all of the saints in the calendar, because each individual saint has their own day, but then they have All Saints Day, which is for all of them, I believe. I am not Catholic, but I know a lot about stuff, and I'm pretty sure that that's all the accurate stuff. But I have not like gone and freshened up on any of the facts of this. This is all just off the top of my head, but I believe that is the course of history in that regard. But many of my close friends are Catholic, and they have sarcastically remarked to me that I seem to know more about their history and festivals than they do. But because I am so very interested in like world history and military history and all that kind of stuff, you can't really know about the history of the world without knowing a lot about the history of the Catholic Church and its influences on culture and militarism and the lines on the map, you name it. But I think it's I really like modern Halloween. I think it's a great holiday, a wonderful fusion You have holidays that I like less. Like, I don't think that Christmas is a good fusion holiday. I think that the consumerism and like the desire to spend tons of money has overcome like what could be symbolized by that holiday. But I think Halloween nails it. I think it doesn't overtake too much of the time around it. I think it's fun for everybody. It's got all of the different ways of celebrating it, down from, I mean, like, you know, you have the All Saints Day, the Day of the Dead sort of stuff, and then just to dressing up or having candy or, you know, just getting together with your friends, and I think that's really cool. I don't like when a holiday consumes all the air around it as if it is a flame. I like it when it keeps in its own lane, you know, just a week of Halloween. Do you get to make wishes for Halloween? If I got to make a Halloween wish, I think I'd wish for a trident. I don't know if I would put that trident, like, outside of my door, as if to say, look, I have a trident. What would I even do with it? You could put items in a frame, right? I should just get the trident and take it home to the house and put it in a frame above the vault. A trident! Perhaps we will be able to secure it. We're just gonna get a little bit of breath first. Did I get it? I did not. It's okay, because my Halloween wish doesn't need to happen yet, you know. Oh, Sid. Oh, don't you ever let me get started on how much I don't like that song. Just don't you let me get started. You know, Mariah Carey is famous enough for me to be negative about without feeling bad about it. I don't want to just like be negative about any old person, but Mariah Carey could take it. But I do not like the song. She is a magnificently talented singer, and I would never take that away from her, and I do not want her legions of fans or my close friends who I would never say to their face that I don't like her because they would stab me. But that song is a misery upon me. I like sad Christmas songs. Hey, Renee, yeah, I nailed it. Celts, November 1st, Samhain, spelled, I even got the spelling right. So good. There I go. Knowing exactly one paragraph about a holiday. That's the sort of thing you can rely on me for, though. In real life, people do this too. They're like, hey, do you know why they're called strawberries? And I'm like, no, but I'm gonna go look that up, and you are gonna be surprised, or not, at the answer. No, the song figures very prominently in a film that came out in 1999, I think, called Love Actually, and a person that I dated for several years, it was their favorite movie, and so I had to watch the movie a bunch, and they also really liked the Mariah Carey song. They were always inflicting these sorts of media on me that I did not like over much, but you know, that's part of being in a relationship, is having to listen to Mariah Carey songs. One of the many reasons why I now elect to play Minecraft instead. I do have Christmas songs that I like and Christmas movies that I like a lot, just that's not one of them. Is that a trident? It's a trident! We must go get it! Have you ever heard of the Christmas movie Babes in Toyland? It stars Keanu Reeves and a young Drew Barrymore. It's fantastic. She like hits her head and does a Jumanji, and they go into an alternate world. Did I get it? No, we didn't get it. But I mean, best Christmas movie, I would have to go with the classic White Christmas. Where the famous song I think was actually written for Holiday Inn, which is a much more problematic film for Christmas time or any time due to certain aesthetic choices made in the production. But just gonna toss all the dirt. We can get more if we need it. Need to eat some chicken. We're getting lower in food. All right. You know, for all of that, I think I still didn't get my yeah, I still didn't get my bed earlier. Total lack of bed discipline. It'll be all right. I don't need a bed. We don't need no stinking beds. You've never heard of Babes in Toyland or of White Christmas? Stop motion Rudolph is great. That's top tier stuff. Rudolph as a Christmas Carol is incredibly annoying. Rudolph as a story is nice because it's very sad, and I like sad Christmas stuff. You know, I don't think that. Oh, Babes in Toyland. Yeah, no, it was great stuff. There's, I would say, like, abstractly, yeah, I don't really like Christmas movies, but there's a ton that I do like. What's another good example? The Santa Claus starring Tim Allen. That one's so good. You know, you got Elf. There's a dude I work with who's, like, super into Elf. I think he's already watched it, like, 30 times or so this season. He counts them. I love that about him. A person who obsessively watches a movie, counts how many times they watch it, and then relates that to you when you haven't asked, is just like my favorite kind of personality trait. I love that. Because that's a very me thing, and it makes me feel like I can talk to people. If they talk to me like that, I'm like, all right, well, whenever I get around to telling you how much I used to like Braveheart, you're gonna say, does that zombie have a trident? Come on, just give it to me. Just give me the trident. Just drop it, and then I'll have it. I don't think you dropped it, guys. Is that another one? It's another one! Just drop it. Just drop it, and then I'll have it, and this will all be over. I don't think you dropped it, guys. Oldest Christmas movies I like. Like I said, I love White Christmas. That's like a big family tradition in my family, and I like musicals and stuff. I love White Christmas. I think it's just perfect. There's so many songs and like dances in it that are brilliant. It's incredibly funny. It also has like the famousest of all Christmas songs, and I think like one of the best-selling records of all time, if not the best-selling record of all time, Irving Berlin's White Christmas. Bing Crosby stars. It's wonderful. Just super funny. It's great for adults and children. It's just great. And then like basically there's probably 100 versions of A Christmas Carol. My favorite ones are Muppet Christmas Carol, where Michael Caine is like the only regular guy, and then there's like there's a couple more Christmas carols that I thought were really good. The book by Charles Dickens is really solid, and it's just a good story. And not at all your typical Christmas fare, because like being set so far in the past makes it interesting in its own right, I think. But see, this is the invasion of Christmas. Here I am talking about Christmas movies. It's not even Halloween. Best Halloween movies. Now that's very clear. The answer is Halloween. Best Halloween song? That one's also very easy. It's called Halloween. Now you might be asking, which version? Well, you already know, you're not asking that. The Misfits version. I wear a Misfits shirt. Second best version, AFI, very clearly. Both of them very, very great. Other movies that are not Halloween that are good for Halloween. I like Scream a lot, actually. Although it was meant as a parody, I think Scream reads very well as like a sincere, fun thing. You don't think Halloween's a great movie? You don't think it's the best Halloween movie? Halloween is better than you think it is, if you don't think it is that good. I would urge you to reconsider your preconceptions about Halloween. Alright, so if we put an activator or a powered rail right here, we go in it a little bit, we'll need another one right here. Should probably make it the whole slope, but we can just, you know, we'll just test it real quick. No reason to mess around when we don't have to. We'll put ourselves into it because that's the only way to see. Alright, yeah, right in the middle we'll need another thing. Oh, we can fall off the end if we have sufficient velocity. So does that mean I could, like, launch things? Maybe I could. The thing about Halloween, the film, is, like, to me, its principal brilliance is, like, as a film, like, when you look at, like, shot composition and, like, lighting and everything, like, it's really quite wonderfully done. And I think I get caught up in the artistry of it. And my fondness for it is, like, pretty inextricably linked to that. We should have a lever for this one, because a lever is a dramatically better choice for the start. That way we can... Alright, that's exactly what you do. So we can put the minecart down, get into it. Will it lever us up or down? These are questions. It will not do either. We will need it to be on before we go onto it, and then it will move us forward. Alright, we're gonna have to go into first person to hit the lever. It's too difficult otherwise. Am I moving forward at all? I'm not. Alright, so we're gonna need a little bit more. We can just launch off into the water, and that'll be a humorous way to end the ride. Alright, the minecart, I felt like that time it went less forward. Was it because I wasn't on it? Was it because I was holding forward the other times? Will I now shoot off into the water? No. Barely. You know, we just need more velocity if we want to make a ski jump out of it. But we'll just, you know... There, and if we fall down, then we'll be able to, No, that won't do. We don't want to mess with the slope. We want the slope to bring us in there. So this way, yeah, we'll be able to fall off. We'll be able to throw our redstone torches into the rock. Nothing bad will ever happen from doing that, I'm sure. Yeah, but you can't be on top of the thing if you want to accelerate onto it. But if you, can we get off of the block at all enough to do it? And then, yeah, it'll gently throw us into the water. Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be like a log ride thing. We're probably going to get, the old Phantom soon, huh? So it's been some time. It doesn't appear to be as lit as these other ones do, but oh, it's because of the light from the redstone making it look more illuminated is all that it is. An illusion. Where's my minecart? Well, look at the time. It's time to head home. We won't be able to work anymore. A trident! Perhaps my Halloween wish will come true. But did I get one? But did I? I don't think you dropped it, guys. But anyway, we're gonna head home. And further work on the Everest roller coaster will have to wait until tomorrow, where I probably will do it. I'm very excited about the project. I think it won't take too long to get it powered up and activated. We are headed toward home, but first we have to pad the stats by hitting all the drowned zombies we see. Yep, part of tomorrow will be trying to get looting 3 again. We don't have to bring up how I already had a looting thing in the past. This guy pops into existence right next to me, but we are going to pop him right back out. The hardest third-person hits are the little ones. They're just really quite difficult to see their position in front of you, especially in the 3 dimensions. You've got like a pretty small hitbox for them. But the important thing is, you know, to just believe in yourself. And you too will be able to kill hundreds of drowned in search of a trident. Alas, you know, some things just aren't to be. Like, apparently the acquisition of tridents. So one of, like, the great happinesses of making videos is that you get to do, like, a title, right? And while some people like to do clickbaity things, I like to pretend that I'm making a title, like, for a television show, right? Where you try to do your little pop culture things, you know, to song references or whatever. But I am afraid that I might eventually run out of trident-based things to jam in. Like, whenever we needed to go home and also get a Trident bound, like Homeward Bound by Simon and Garfunkel, I thought it was so clever. I was sure that with a name like that, I would get a Trident, but as you probably know, it was not to be. But, as T.S. Eliot said, life is very long. And there will be many more opportunities for me to get a Trident in the future. Maybe 400 more. 400? Maybe 460 more opportunities. They won't stop me. They won't stop me from reaching my dreams, or from forgetting my boat, or from forgetting my bed. No one can ever hold me down. Only me. I'm the only one who has the power to make me not have a trident. And all I have to do is believe. There's an Enderman over there. I'm gonna go fight him. Maybe he has a trident, you know? They pick up stuff. Pretty clean. Zombie, you put that down. You don't need to have the screaming in the air. Stupid zombie. It's my eye. That's a little drowned there doing circles. We're gonna go punch him with the sword. Where'd you go? Here'd you go. Aggressive sword punch intensifies. They would just teleport around. He would be the only Enderman that could go underwater, and he would just, like, zoom in under you. You'd be in a shipwreck, and he would just be, like, throwing a trident at you. Shaking his head, screaming into the void, gurgling. The sun is about to rise, but that is the opposite. The opposite of what's going on in my house right now, where the sun has already gone down, but the sun of my eyes will have to set for the day. Very sad. I do wish I could continue on attempting to prove the existence of tridents, but time marches, as they say. We've got our miniature roller coaster, and then a much finer one on Everest, so that's good. This will just, we'll just leave this in the middle for a while. Who knows? Who knows how long? You know, it'll be a monument to discovery. But it's time to say hello and goodbye to everyone. We got Moosha Smalls. We got Baby Moosh. We got Doug, the best man of digging in the whole world. Good old Dig Dug. It's a nice little world. You know, not for the first time, I'm gonna compliment my work with replacing those trees with dark oak wood. I actually really love it. I think it's the best thing in the whole world. Photorealistic tulip field, just like in the simulations and the pictures. If you don't know which field I'm talking about, you must be thinking of a different field, not the one that I did. And you know what time it is. Garuda gets his tribute. And it's time to throw the best music disc that we've got back in for the dance party. We'll give Calcite a pet, good old Calcite. Give Bella a pet, good old Bella. Tropa as well, haven't forgotten you, girl. And we just get to hang out and end our video in the traditional way with Luca Dance Party. He's just having a time. And then the bass drops right here, and you're like, oh yeah, it's got your little lo-fi thing. Luca's doing the good stuff. He just like whips his head around. It's absolutely the way that I dance. I too rock back and forth, as you can tell. It looks identical to me standing up. This is just like me. Do I have any wool in one of these chests? We'll grab all these iron. We'll definitely want the iron. Just a couple of wool there. I need to make a bed. I need to quit going out without a bed. We're just gonna go get one right now. I know that I have animal products chest over here with the wool in front of it that has wool in it. Alright, we've got a bed again. And they said it couldn't be done. But with bed in hand, Garuda with his seeds, and the whole Dark Oak crime family together, it's time to end this video. I've got to go to bed. I've got some food in the fridge to heat up, a little quesadilla I made at work today, and then I'm just gonna like shove a bunch of cookies in my mouth, brush my teeth, and go to bed. But tomorrow I don't work until the middle of the afternoon, so I might do like a morning stream, but I'll definitely be trying to do one, you know, around 11 at night tomorrow night, like I always try to do, maybe a little bit more. But until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I really had so much fun. Thanks for all the tips and advice. I don't know if I would have thought of the roller coaster immediately without y'all's help, but it's definitely coming together quick. So feel good about that. And just really happy about how everything's going in the world. Uh, it's day 297 here in this hardcore world, so I guess we'll hit 300 tomorrow, and that'll be exciting. So good night, guys.